Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kevin.
I'm Jillian.
And this is kind of a monumental camping trip for us. It's our first camping trip alone since we got married. It's also our last camping trip as just two people. Jillian and I are expecting our first child here in a few weeks. So we want one last little getaway. Anyway, we're camping in Central Florida on about 180 acres. We just pulled up. I'm gonna set up. Jillian's gonna watch the dogs and we'll bring you guys back.
He's decided to take a sun break, so he's hanging out in the gunner.
So it's about 3:15. We're pretty much all set up. It is about 84 to 86 degrees today, so it's pretty warm. We're trying to find somewhere nice in the shade to hang out. So put the hammock up. We got our Kelty chair out over there where Jillian is. We're supposed to get some severe weather tonight, some strong wind and storms. So we're not going to set up too much. I do have the awning out just because we need shade. So I'll have to put all that stuff up before we go back to bed tonight. But dogs are enjoying the property, hunting around the campsite, and we're gonna grab some water, probably gonna go for a walk, explore some of this property out here. I know there's some old, like, forgotten cars and tractors and equipment, so we're gonna go walk around, search for that. And we're gonna come back, cook some dinner. And we just recently had the time change, so it should stay pretty light until about 8:30, 8:45 tonight. So that'll be a blessing, so hopefully we don't have to cook in the dark like we tend to always do. So within 3 minutes of arriving here, Jillian already had 3 ticks on her. So it's that time of the year already. We go straight from winter, straight to summer, and all the ticks, all the insects are out. There's no lying water around here, so I'm hoping there's no mosquitoes tonight. We're gonna try to enjoy a fire. I think the low in the morning is only gonna be about 61, so hopefully it cools off pretty early.
It's adorable.
We have our first abandoned piece of equipment. Looks like it's probably a case of some sort. Looks like the prime candidate for a Will It Start video. Appears to be all there. There's no telling the last time this thing was started. It's like case 930. It's got a 4-in-1 bucket. An old Polaris Sportsman. This was the 4-wheeler to have back in the early 2000s. Pull behind brush mower. This is what I need in North Carolina. This would help mowing around the ponds. Little golf carts. Another Honda 4-wheeler. Old Dixie chopper. And a Mitsubishi Mighty Max. Looks like we got an old flatbed Chevy Love. Over here we got an old Ford. You can see it was a company truck. There's some old, see the outline of some old letters on the door. Looks like we got the perfect barrels to set up a barrel racing course. And over here we have a huge International Farmall model 1456. Looks to be complete. I bet this thing would fire right up. Jillian said there's a 4Runner over here. Jillian and I were just starting to relax, and if you guys have watched my Instagram reels and stuff like that, Maggie is quite the turtle huntress on our property in North Carolina. And today, she found a gopher tortoise, and she's giving us an alert bark that she found something. Oh, Maggie. Good girl, Maggie. So we bought this double Kelty chair for the dogs, and Goose still insists on sitting with Jillian. And then Maggie would rather play with the launcher than the actual ball. Goose, you're really not gonna let Mom have a nice, comfortable chair? Here's the shower room all set up. It's also our bathroom. Normally, I love taking showers before bed, and this is an instant hot water heater. There's a Julka behind there. It takes a little bit to set up. You need power plus propane. But since it's not gonna cool off tonight, I'm probably just gonna use the actual road shower, which is just normal like outdoor air temperature water. It pressurizes through a little pump. I have a little inflator that I can put on that. It goes up to 55 PSI, and then you just have a regular garden hose right here that you can just take a shower with. So that's probably what I'm gonna do tonight. So this is something I actually got from Amazon. It's a little power inverter. It's actually made for Milwaukee batteries. This is not made by Milwaukee, but it works really good. It has an LED light on top. It's got some USB ports, a USB-C charger, a fast charger, and then an actual 110 outlet right there. That would run like if you want like a box fan or a small fan while you're sleeping in your tent or something, definitely work for that. But I mainly use it for the USB ports for lights, charging cell phones, for my camera and stuff. But it actually works really good. Has some information right there, power button, and then this is for the light. It has low, medium, bright, and then like a strobe. But fits on there just like it would on any other Milwaukee battery. But I use the really big one, the 12, and it'll go all night long. And then something else from Amazon. This is an Amazon tire inflator. This is what I use to keep pressure in the road shower. Since I already have Milwaukee batteries, it just made sense to just go ahead and buy some Amazon stuff that accepted the same batteries. Amazon batteries are junk, but the tools like this are actually pretty decent. So this slides on, and then on the back, you can choose what PSI you want. So if I have it set to like 36. The road shower goes all the way to 55, so you would just pull the trigger, and it automatically shuts off when it hits that PSI. So you can actually turn it on, let go of it, forget it, and then it'll shut off when it hits 55 PSI. So thank you to Chris. He had some questions about runaway campers, and I was more than happy to answer them for him. And he swung by one day and dropped off some Crown Royal salted caramel, and he was nice enough to drop off some homemade rum balls, so we had that too. I'm not really sure if you guys drink salted caramel Crown Royal, what should I mix it with? I have Coke. I thought about going by Dunkin' Donuts and buying a coffee to put it in, but I think I'm just gonna mix it with some Coke for tonight. Thanks, Chris. What's crazy is when Jillian and I probably bought these stoves, I think they were probably like $29.99 at Walmart. Now I think they're almost $80 for the same stove. I don't think they really even made any improvements other than maybe there's an automatic igniter. But that's how much simple little camping things have gone up in the last 5 years maybe. Now, if they only made this a little bit longer, it's like the exact length, but it's not the safest. So tonight we're keeping it simple. Some jalapeno kielbasa, smoked meat. We've had this before. I don't tend to like spicy things, but this is really delicious. We had this last time in Savannah when we camped at what's the name of the island? Skidaway Island. So we bought this again. We found it at Publix, and we have some squash, a zucchini, and we got some rice to throw in there as well.
Good girl.
So Jillian got me this Dometic faucet, I don't know, maybe over a year ago now. Actually, close to 2 years. I think it was when I got the Ford Maverick. And it's like the best camping thing ever. It's just a simple little faucet. It's 12-volt rechargeable, and it'll probably last like 5 or 6 camping trips before you need to recharge it. But this thing is so handy. These pans that we mainly use are Sea to Summit. They're collapsible. We use them primarily for everything. Oops. Really easy to store. They have lids. You can steam vegetables in them and stuff. But as you can tell, depending on what you're cooking, it can be a pain in the butt to clean. It's only about 9:30 at night. Dinner was good. We had a little fire going, but we're supposed to get some severe weather in the morning. It's going through Mississippi right now, and there are some really bad tornadoes. Unfortunately, I think some people lost their lives. Feel sorry for everybody going through that right now, but we put our awning away and most of our camping stuff. I got to put the chair in the back of the 4Runner. I'm going to take a shower now, climb in bed, and see if we can get some sleep. It is still rather warm outside. I think the low in the morning is supposed to be like 61, which is not very cool around here, especially if the breeze stops. This is pretty much it for the shower setup. Like I said, in here is an instant hot water heater. It's propane, and it runs off some electric as well for the instant igniter. I'm not going to use that since it's not cold outside at all. I have the road shower. That's 10 gallons of water pressurized to 55 psi. And then I have the little Milwaukee battery with the little Amazon deal powering the LED lights in the shower room. And then it has its own little LED light right there, which gives off plenty of light to take a shower. So I'm gonna take a shower and we're gonna go to bed. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. No rain yet, but it's really cloudy. Some bursts of wind, and the clouds are moving relatively fast. So we'll see if we can cook breakfast before the storm comes. We're taking the dogs for one last walk this morning before we head out. But last night we used the fans inside the camper. We were trying to use them all night because it was supposed to cool down, but it really never cooled off. But you put 2 humans and 2 dogs in a small box like that, it's going to generate a lot of heat. So about 1:30 in the morning, we turned the air conditioning on. Now, we did not have power at our site. I have a 300 amp hour battery in the toolbox, and that ran the air conditioner from 1:30 in the morning until about 8:30 when I finally got up. I checked the battery. I didn't think it was going to run that long. I checked the battery and it was at 55%, which is really impressive. So now we know for future trips, we can actually turn the air conditioner on much earlier, probably around 9:30 at night, and it'll go all the way until the next morning. So one of the next videos, I'll probably show you guys the solar and battery and inverter setup. So the dogs are all loaded up. It's starting to get kind of windy. We are now under a tornado watch until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we just want to say thank you guys for watching. We're going to head back to the house and cook our breakfast there. But as you can see, still pretty cloudy. Clouds are moving pretty fast, and the wind's picking up. So thank everybody for watching. And probably our next video, we're going to have a little daughter. Probably hanging from a little swing from our awning or something. So again, thanks everybody for always watching.